Did you know that California has some of the highest gas prices in the country, averaging over $6 a gallon? That's partly due to strict environmental regulations and taxes. Hi, I'm Leslie Walker. Welcome to Q's Fleet News, the place where you get your fleet news in 7 minutes. Today, the U.S. House of Representatives has just made a move that could shake things up for California's gasoline market. They've passed legislation that directly challenges the state's unique approach to gasoline policies. This decision has significant implications, not just for Californians, but potentially for the rest of the country. California's gasoline market has long been insulated from federal policies due to its stringent environmental regulations. These regulations have led to higher gas prices, but also to cleaner air and a reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. The state's approach has been a point of contention, with some arguing it's a model for the nation and others seeing it as an overreach. California's gasoline market is unlike any other in the U.S., largely due to its low carbon fuel standard. This standard requires fuel providers to reduce the carbon intensity of their fuels, leading to a mix of gasoline, diesel, and alternative fuels like biofuels and electricity. The regulations have traditionally been stricter than federal standards, contributing to higher gas prices. Despite the higher costs, Californians have generally supported these regulations for their environmental benefits. The legislation passed by the U.S. House of Representatives aims to override California's specific gasoline regulations. Key points include a provision that would prevent states from setting their own fuel standards that are stricter than federal ones. This move is seen as a direct challenge to California's authority to regulate its own environmental policies. It means that California's gasoline supply and prices could be significantly affected, potentially leading to changes in how fuel is produced and distributed in the state. The implications of this legislation are far-reaching, both economically and environmentally. In the short term, Californians might see changes in gasoline prices, potentially lowering them but also possibly affecting the state's efforts to reduce emissions. Long-term effects could include a shift in how the state approaches environmental regulations and a possible ripple effect on other states considering similar policies. The economic implications also extend to industries that produce alternative fuels, which could see a decline in demand. Some lawmakers argue that this legislation is necessary to prevent a patchwork of state regulations that could confuse and complicate the national fuel market. Industry experts point out that overriding state regulations could lead to a decrease in fuel quality and an increase in emissions. Citizens of California are concerned about the potential increase in gas prices nationwide as a result of watering down environmental standards. Different perspectives highlight the complexity of balancing environmental goals with economic realities. The decision by the U.S. House of Representatives has significant implications beyond California's borders. It could set a precedent for federal oversight of state environmental policies, affecting not just gasoline, but other areas like emission standards. This move could either pave the way for a more unified national approach to environmental regulation or spark a debate about states' rights to set their own policies. The outcome will likely influence future legislative actions and possibly even court decisions. The legislation's impact on California's gasoline market and the nation's approach to environmental regulation cannot be overstated. It represents a critical juncture in the debate over states' rights versus federal oversight. As this story unfolds, it's essential to consider both the economic and environmental implications. The future of gasoline policies in California and across the U.S. hangs in the balance. Join the conversation and share your thoughts. Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Q's Fleet News, the place where you get your fleet news in 7 minutes. I'm Leslie Walker. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.